Let's talk about the New England Patriots here for a little bit. Look, the Patriots have obviously been in the news a lot over the past few weeks. Selection of Drake May, number 3 overall, to be the future franchise quarterback for this Patriots team as they look to move on from the Bill Belichick era. But I think it's really important to understand that obviously, as bad as the Patriots were in terms of personnel, in terms of players, a lot of the problems, as you New England fans understand, was with the offensive coaching staff. That's why it was very exciting to see recently new quarterback Jacoby Brissett say some very positive things about the new offensive staff and how they're off to a great start. Let's get into the article, then we'll talk about it more in detail on the other side. This is from Sporting News. Alex Van Pelt's arrival in New England means a change in the system that Patriots fans have witnessed for the last 24 years. But while it still will be different, that doesn't mean it's worse. I mean, physically, technically couldn't be worse than the way it was last year. Anyway, speaking after practice on Thursday, Brissett, who's expected to be the team's starter when the season begins, spoke highly of Van Pelt as a coach and his offense. For him, it's about the players, Brissett said. He kind of molds it around the guys that we have on our team. Obviously, playing the position and having experience a lot of other places where he was successful as a coordinator, it's always been about the players. I think he does a really good job of that, and it's becoming evident every day that we come to work. He's obviously installing our offense, but understanding the big picture, we're going to plug and play our players where it fits their strong suit. Again, we're seeing a strategic shift in terms of how the Patriots were thinking of offensive coaching over the past few years, certainly since Josh McDaniels left. I think this is a great sign. I'm curious what your thoughts are on this, Miles. But first, Patriots fans, in the comment section below, as I'm sure you're aware, the schedule was released a few days ago talking about who the Patriots are going to play and when they're going to play them. Give us the one upcoming matchup that you're looking forward to more than any other. Is it a division rivalry game? Is it a big-time road game? Whatever it may be, give us the one Patriots game you're looking forward to more than any other and put it in the comment section below. But Miles, give me your thoughts on the fact that the new Patriots offensive coaching staff is off to a pretty good start.
Yeah, Nick, I like this because Jacoby Brissett is a new old Patriot, and his relationship with coordinator Alex Van Pelt is a new old relationship. Obviously, they were together in 2022 on that Cleveland Browns team, and that was a team that kind of came out of nowhere. This is a coordinator quarterback combo that really did a lot of great things. And some people might be saying, okay, well, we don't care that Jacoby Brissett did good with Alex Van Pelt. Obviously, Drake May is the future of this team, and rightfully so. Drafting him number 3 overall, they have him locked in. But for the foreseeable future, the first couple games of the season at the very least, Jacoby Brissett right now is slated to be the starter of this team. And where that is good, I think, is that Jacoby Brissett and Drake May are similar build-wise. Jacoby Brissett, 6'4", 235 pounds. Drake May, also 6'4", 230 pounds. They're both bigger guys. They're both athletic. They can make plays with their feet. And I like that Jacoby Brissett has come in, and we saw past experience where he did very good under Alex Van Pelt's system in 2022. He had an 82.6 overall quarterback grade, 75.2 passing grade, and a 91.5 rushing grade, just showing how athletic and great he is making plays with his legs. But at the same rate, he's going to come in and set up a system in New England, talking about Van Pelt, that could potentially be very good for Drake May as well. So I like the Patriots coming in here, picking a guy and a quarterback who's the interim quarterback, so to speak, that can fit a system that is going to be beneficial for their new quarterback. I think they're thinking very ahead. And when the team comes in and the new quarterback makes the change, the team isn't really going to have too much of a change as far as skill positions and players as well, because May and Brissett, very similar-ish guys. So I think this is a really smart move by the Patriots in general, getting both Brissett and Van Pelt, and I'm glad that they're excited to work together again.
You bring up a great point about Brissett and May, at least on paper, being very similar stylistically. But I'm going to talk about the word system. And I think it's one of those things that gets overblown, right? But the reality is nothing infuriates me more and infuriates fans more than you take a coach, an assistant coach who comes over to a new team and says, okay, these are the plays and the structure and the design of our offense or defense. This is what I ran in my prior team, and it's going to work here. and it almost never does. You look at virtually every single Patriots assistant coach that went on to go to a new team to be their head coach, he would implement their Patriots system, their coverage, their schemes, their offensive concepts, whatever, and it always ended in total diabolical failure. The reality is having a system, an offensive structure that doesn't factor into players' individual skill sets is absolutely stupid. You need to cater your play calls, your offense, your defense, whatever it may be, around what your players can do and what they can do well, right? That sounds commonsensical, but the reality is a lot of assistant coaches in the NFL mess it up all the time. Alex Van Pelt doesn't do that. And I think this is where hiring a former player can really be beneficial because Van Pelt understands not just Brissett's strengths and weaknesses, but he'll come to understand May's strengths and weaknesses, and frankly, the entire roster strengths and weaknesses, and adjust his play calls, his strategies, his formations, his personnel packages to adjust to that. And that's how teams can be really successful. Josh McDaniels did this for years, right? You saw this with personnel packages, depending on who were the better receivers during the Patriot era, based on during his time with the Patriots, whether they're going two tight ends with Hernandez or Gronk, or they're going more power formation toward the end of the dynasty, more I formation stuff, right? Sometimes they were spread very earlier on, talking about the Wes Welker, Randy Moss, 2007, 2008, 2009 era, right? Again, you adjust your strategy as an offensive or defensive play caller to the personnel you have. If you don't do that, you're frankly an idiot. And it's really glad to see that we finally are having a guy in New England, an offensive coach here that isn't an idiot. Because nothing against the guys who have ran it the past couple of years, but based on the product we've seen on the field, it's been very discouraging. And now I think we're going to see some steps in the right direction, because I know Brissett has a lot of strengths going for him, and I think Drake May does too. But if you just run any standard offense that isn't tailored to them, it's going to be ugly. And so the fact that Van Pelt is off to a good start saying, listen, we are going to structure our play calls, our system, even down to our terminology to benefit the players, specifically the quarterbacks, that's the right move to make. It's a smart move to make. And Patriots fans, you guys should feel a whole lot better about the offense just based on this fact alone, because it looks like the errors over the past couple seasons are finally going to be completely removed and completely washed away.